Hello everyone, happy Thursday, but more importantly, happy Cinco de Mayo. Me llamo Sky Muller. I'll be bringing you 30 minutes of sports coverage. The Oregon baseball team has gotten back to their winning ways, currently riding a 3-game winning streak. They have outscored their opponents 24-9 in that time span. Redshirt sophomore pitcher Matt Crook started the season as the number 2 pitcher in the Oregon rotation, but some recent struggles have set him back a bit. He hasn't started a game since the series opener against UCLA April 21st when he gave up 4 runs on 1.2 innings pitched. His pitch control seems to be the issue for the lefty. Head coach George Horton says he still has some confidence in Crook.
You know, and we haven't really lost confidence in Crook other than, I guess we have a little bit because he's given up those crazy crooked numbers early and not been able to get out of the first, and we can't continue to try to chase that. So I guess in a perfect world, either he goes Sunday and gets off to a good start in conference, or one of the 2 Monday or Tuesday starts and gets off to a good start, and then we can revisit that the following week against the Beavers.
The Ducks will next travel to take on Arizona State in a 3-game set. Game 1 tomorrow at 6:30. Over on the hardwood, a Duck and a Beaver are gearing up to put their talents on display for NBA scouts to see. Ducks forward Elgin Cook and Beavers guard Gary Payton II are planning on participating in the NBA Draft Combine next week. Past season, Cook started all 38 games for the Ducks. He averaged 14.8 points a game and 5.1 rebounds a game in Oregon's run to the Elite Eight before falling to the Oklahoma Sooners. GP2, he's regarded as one of the top guards entering this year's NBA draft. He was named the league Defensive Player of the Year and honored with first-team All-Pac-12 in both his seasons with Oregon State. Over in golf, today was day 1 of the NCAA Women's Golf Regionals in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, where 3 Pac-12 teams, including Oregon, participated in the 3-day event. A look at the standings after round 1. The Oregon women are in 3rd place in the Baton Rouge Regional. Ducks are 6 strokes off the leader, Washington. Oregon led by junior Kathleen Santoso, who shot 1 under. Arizona State finished the day in 6th, where 3 of the top 6 schools are coming out of the Pac-12. Round 2 gets underway tomorrow morning. High school sports can be very competitive, but to players like Pleasant Hill's Sam Jones, it's also about having fun. Our own Travis Tyke has the story.
I decided to go with the skunk look, as you can tell, and the mullet.
Sam Jones is part baseball player and part comic relief.
When we start winning games, start hitting better, you can't cut it.
His mantra is to keep the Billies baseball team relaxed while winning games.
When a guy strikes out, when a guy messes up, gets an error, we actually have Snapple caps. Snapple caps have facts on them, and we read off facts just to keep the guys cheered up and happy in the dugout so they forget about their errors. A pineapple is neither a pine or an apple. It is in fact a berry. That's one of our good ones.
Hey, whatever works, right? And you know what? It is working. Pleasant Hill is a top 10 3A team in the state and hasn't dropped a series yet this season. Jones, a senior, is a key cog in the lineup, hitting 3rd in an offensively productive order. But the Billies thrive on team chemistry.
He keeps the dugout alive. He just has his joy for life, and kids feed off that.
In the dugout, we like to say win, and not to win the game, but it means what's important now. So I go up to every guy after a strikeout or something and say, hey, win. It means think of it, what's new, whatever happened, happened.
As long as the formula keeps working, they're going to keep using it. And Jones will keep his new cut even if not everybody approves.
The coach doesn't like it very much, but,
Jones actually said there's a story behind the hairdo. It was originally dyed to raise awareness for CMN Hospitals Helping Kids, which raised a record $36,000. Awesome do. Over on the pitch, a Timbers player has been named the league's Player of the Month for the first time in team history. Fernando Adi has been named the MLS Player of the Month for the month of April. 25-year-old is currently tied for the league lead in scoring with 7 goals. He scored 3 and an assist during the Timbers' 3 games in April. Adi and the Timbers next face the Vancouver Whitecaps in the first Cascadia Cup game of the season. That one on Saturday. Over on the baseball diamond, the Mariners are in uncharted waters through the first month of the season and in first place in the AL West. Seattle continued their road trip as they took on the team occupying last place in the AL West, Houston Astros. We take you to Minute Maid Park for Game 2 of a 4-game series. Rather, Game 1. Bottom first, Jose Altuve blasts one to left field, and it goes literally out of the ballpark, over the train tracks, into the street. Top third, Robinson Cano singles to right. That'll score Nori Aoki. We're all nodded at once. To the top of the 7th, Seth Smith. Guy's just been raking of late. And off a lefty nonetheless. He doesn't usually do that. That gets past Altuve. Ketel Marte, Leonis Martin, they come around to score. 3-1, Seattle in the lead. To the bottom of the 7th, Altuve. Seattle could not get him out all day with 2 runners on to the deepest part of any ballpark, where the hill goes up in center field. Tyler White scores. Jason Castro trying to score. Gunned out at the plate. Still tied at 3s. Top 9, bases loaded. Robinson Cano, 1-0 count. Gives it a ride to deep center. Carlos Gomez not going to get a glove on that one. That'll clear the bases. 3 runners score. Mariners take a 6-3 lead. They win. They improved to 6-3, or rather 17-11 on the season. They get Houston again tomorrow at 5. Mariners looking to extend their lead in the division, with the Rangers losing against the Jays. Top first, Texas on the board. Prince Fielder lines it to left center. Adrian Beltre, he scores 1-0 Rangers. Bottom first, Toronto with the bases loaded. Edwin Encarnacion drills it to right center. Kevin Pillar, Josh Donaldson, Jose Bautista, they all come around to score. The Blue Jay party at the plate. 3-1 Jays. Bottom 3 now. Bases loaded again. This time it's Pillar. Was rounding him last time. That'll get into the corner. Bounces off MNP Tulo and the former Beeve, Darwin Barney. They scored 7-1 Toronto. Still bottom 3. 2 men on. Encarnacion again. This one will be a nice trot around the bases as he watches it leave the yard. Souvenir time. 6 RBI day for Edwin. Jays, they get the blowout win, 12-2 over the Rangers. Mariners now have a 2.5 game lead over Texas in the AL West standings. Here on the Fox Sports Report, we want to remind you to try to exercise every single day. Kids Sports Rec coaches getting trained up by UO Women's assistant coach Katie Hutland. They had a great time and learned a bunch. Staying active is one of the best ways to stay healthy. Get out and play, people. The Blazers are down 0-2 in their series against the Warriors, but they are not hanging their heads with the series headed back to Portland. Plus, we have an update on Steph Curry's status for Game 3 and an update on Beast Mode and his unofficial retirement. Give you all that and plenty more when FSR returns in a jiffy. Welcome back. We only had one NBA playoff game today, but it was a good one. The Toronto Raptors looking to come back after falling to the Heat in an overtime thriller. The Raptors looking to defend their home court, avoid going down 0-2 in the series before it heads south to Miami. Toronto's Kyle Lowry looking to lead his team to victory after only shooting 23% from the field in Game 1. Third quarter, Dwayne Wade, no doubt about it, on the jumper, drains it, ties things up at 61. Fourth quarter, Luol Deng even further out, just as smooth. 75-70, Heat with the lead. 2 minutes to go in the game. Terrence Ross, the clutch fadeaway. Game knotted at 80s. 40 ticks left. Heat down 4. Wade, deep 3. Bottom of the net, brings the Heat within a point. 35 seconds left. Kyle Lowry, the deep jumper. That too will fall. Raptors hold a 3-point lead. 13 seconds left in regulation. We go to Goran Dragic. He ties it up, sinks the 3. OT we go. And in overtime, Jonas Valanciunas, a little fadeaway. That put the Raptors up by 4, and they would hold on 96-92. Series tied up at 1. Next game in Miami. With the Cavaliers dominating 123-98, last night in Game 2 against the Hawks, the team made history. They set an NBA record 25 three-pointers made, the most in a single game for any regular season or postseason game. Cleveland got out to an early lead last night, 18 shots made from beyond the arc in the first half alone, giving them a 74-38 lead at the break. Series next heads to Atlanta. The Cavaliers have a commanding 2-zip series lead. Portland Trail Blazers are gearing up for their next playoff game as the series against the Warriors heads up to Portland. Blazers fell to 0-2 in the series after falling to the Warriors in Game 2 on Tuesday, a game in which Portland held an 11-point lead but could not hold on to it, losing by 11, 110-99. The players expressed their frustration after the game, and today Damian Lillard admitted that he didn't want to watch any basketball following that tough loss.
After the game, I was pretty frustrated with not being able to finish that game. Yesterday, I didn't even want to see a basketball. You know, I wasn't even going to watch the playoff game yesterday until I heard that, you know, Cleveland was hitting a bunch of threes, so I wanted to see for myself. So, but I didn't even want to have nothing to do with basketball yesterday after that game.
One of the biggest question marks for the Warriors for Game 3 is the health of their star player, Steph Curry. He suffered a sprained MCL 2 weeks ago against the Rockets. Warriors head coach Steve Kerr said Curry is making progress, but doesn't think he'll play in the next game.
It's tough to see him playing Saturday, you know, but it's conceivable that, you know, the good thing is he's gotten better and better each day with his rehab, and so now he's taking things out onto the court.
Curry is listed as doubtful for the next game. He has missed the past 5 postseason games. Game 3 takes place Saturday, 5:30 p.m. at the Moda Center. After being eliminated in 7 games by the Toronto Raptors, the Pacers have decided to not bring back head coach Frank Vogel. Vogel has been Indiana's head coach since 2011, where he owns an overall record of 250-181. Pacers made it to the playoffs in all but one of those seasons, but they have never made it past the conference semifinals under Vogel. Pacers president Larry Bird said the team needs a new voice as yet another great NBA coach now out on the open market. This weekend, the fastest 2 minutes in sports will take place in Louisville, Kentucky. Churchill Downs plays host to the 142nd running of the Kentucky Derby. The favorite in the 20-horse field is Nyquist. Thoroughbred is undefeated in 7 starts and grabbed a solid position in the 13th stall. This isn't the first Derby for the team behind Nyquist, with jockey Mario Gutierrez, trainer Doug O'Neill, and owner Paul Radam. The team feels their experience with their past winner, I'll Have Another, who won 4 years ago, will help them this Saturday.
Anything can happen in horse racing, you know, so you can't overlook anybody. You have to be aware of all the competition that we have, you know, because I know everybody else is going to just be worried about me as well.
I think that the team this week is a lot more mature than it was 4 years ago. We've been through this, and there's a quiet confidence in the group. It's not flashy, but it's. We'll speak Californian for a moment. There's a very good vibe in the barn.
The Kentucky Derby begins tomorrow and runs through Saturday. Over on the gridiron, it was implied but never made official that Seahawks running back Marshawn Lynch has retired. Well, today the team made it official by placing Lynch on the reserve retired list. Beast Mode was a 5-time Pro Bowler, spending 6 of his 9 years in the league with the Seahawks. Tallied 57 total touchdowns with the Hawks, which is the second most all-time in team history, behind Sean Alexander, who finished with 100. And the Redskins have re-signed their tight end Jordan Reed for a 5-year contract worth $50 million, $22 million guaranteed. Reed had a solid season with Washington last year, finishing second amongst all tight ends in the league with 87 receptions and 11 touchdowns. Reed is entering his 4th season in the league and has been playing for the Redskins his entire career. Still ahead on the Fox Sports Report, we have some NHL playoff action and a big re-signing by the Florida Panthers. Plus, some of the top golfers in the game return to the links today. The Wells Fargo Championship took place in North Carolina. We'll break it all down of round one coverage when we return in just a bit. Do not go away. Welcome back. This weekend, the extreme sports group Nitro Circus is making a stop right here in Eugene at Autzen Stadium on their U.S. tour. Nitro Circus is led by this man, Travis Pastrana, who is arguably the most talented extreme sports athlete of all time. He and his crew will be putting their skills on display, ranging from BMX bikes to snowmobiles to motocross. Nitro Circus inline skater Wake Shetman spoke highly of Pastrana, but at 32 years of age, Pastrana is one of the elder members of the Nitro Circus gang.
Travis is pretty old, man, but he's not, I wouldn't say he's the oldest guy. There's a couple of them up there, you know, they got a couple kids and whatnot. They're still doing crazy stuff, which is awesome. It's inspiration for me to look forward to in the years to come. A couple weeks ago, Travis never rides bikes, ever. Like, he rides freestyle motocross, but he never rides like mountain bikes or anything like that, and he just grabbed one of the dude's bikes and did a double backflip 360 first try, just for fun, just because he's like, oh, I think I can do this, and he just does it, and just goes to show like how much talent he has, and definitely one of the most talented I've ever been around. This group of guys in general, just, it's unreal, the amount of talent they all have.
Crazy stuff there. There's still tickets available to see Pastrana, Shetman, and the rest of the gang in action. Nitro Circus's tour coming to Autzen Stadium on Saturday. For more info, visit nitrocircus.com. We had a couple of round 2 NHL playoff games that hit the ice tonight. A pair of series that are both at 2-1. Going to start out at the Scott Trade Center with the Blues, who are trying to take a stranglehold of their series against the Stars. Kerry Lettinen and the Stars looking to tie the series up at 2 apiece against the Blues. First period, Vladimir Tarasenko wide open. How can you leave him so open? Turns on the red light. Blues get a 1-zip lead. Second period, bad pass by Blues Joel Edmondson. Radek Faksa, the easy, nets it, tied at 1. Stars on the power play. Patrick Sharp, defending champion with the Blackhawks, keeps the Stars right in it. Dallas up 2-1. Second period, 4-on-3 hockey in favor of St. Louis. Works out in their favor. Tarasenko's shot tipped in, game tied. Once again, we go OT. Patrick Sharp leading the way for the Stars. Pass to Cody Aiken. He goes top shelf, game winner. Stars get a much-needed road win against the Blues. Series knotted up at 2s. Predators down 2-1 in their series against the Sharks. Hey, where's Spring Marcus back? First period, Matthias Ekholm fires. Colin Wilson gets the goal off the rebound. Nashville up 1-0. Still in the first, San Jose on the attack. Logan Couture to Brett Burns. Burnsy ties it up. We're knotted at 1. Still in the first, Nashville looking to respond. James Neal pass to Mike Fisher, who says, Jesus, take the wheel, and nets it. Preds lead 2-1. Second period, Jonas Donskoy gets the puck, back of the net, tied again. Lots of tie games going on. This one's still tied, triple OT, knotted at 3s. Longest game so far this postseason. Age just doesn't seem to faze hockey great Jaromir Jagr. The 44-year-old has signed a 1-year contract for $4 million to return to the Panthers next season. He has a solid season, or he rather had a solid season last year for Florida. 66 points in 79 games, netting a respectable 27 goals. Jagr is currently 3rd on the all-time points list, only 21 points behind Mark Messier for 2nd. Next season will be his 25th in the league, quarter century. As he began his NHL career back in 1990, has played for 8 different NHL teams. Over to the links, many of the top golfers in the world took a bit of a break after the Masters at Augusta last month. Well, some of the greats such as Rory McIlroy, Ricky Fowler, Adam Scott, they participated in the Wells Fargo Open in North Carolina. Round 1 began today. It was a clear day at Quail Hollow Club in Charlotte. 12th hole, Steve Wheatcroft for the birdie, dropped it in. Finished the day tied for the lead, 7 under. 15th hole, lefty from the rough. lands it on the green, and it's going to roll just a touch, stops about a foot from the hole, and that would be an easy finish for him. Tied for 9th at 3 under, still in the 15th. Justin Rose, he too in some trouble over the fence, over the MasterCard sign. Masterful shot. He finished tied for 17th, 5 strokes back of the lead, and we go to 16th. Kevin Chappell in service, the long birdie putt. Kerplunk finished tied at 4th, 5 under. We go to 17. Anaru Loop, he too would knock down the bird. He finished the day tied for the lead at 7 under. Ricky Fowler tied for 30th at 1 under. Rory McIlroy finished 1 over. Still to come on FSR, from the diamond to the hardwood, we have plenty of top plays headed your way and a classic blooper when we return. Thanks for tuning in to this edition of the Fox Sports Report. If you'd like to see any full episodes, we have them at OregonsFox.com. And check us out on Twitter. Follow us at Fox Sports Report for all of your Northwest sports coverage. To the top plays of the day, Hawks Cavs Game 2. Iman Shumpert throws down a nasty slam in the 3rd quarter. Look at the reaction from the bench. They're loving it. Take another look. Bird's eye view, just as pretty, just as thunderous. Cavs clobbered the Hawks. They take a 2-0 series lead. Top play of the day, Curtis Granderson looking at extra bases as he gives it a ride to left center. John Jay, though, he says no, no, no way. Slides right to southwest. Begs fly free. That's a nice catch. That's an out. Pitcher for San Diego, Colin Ray, he went 6 2/3, no-hit ball. Helped the Padres to a victory. Blooper of the day, Reds Giants. Adam Duvall takes the shark deep. Long gone left center. Look at the fan catches it, but he loses something. It's his wallet. How about that? Got a souvenir, but he lost his wallet. Denard Span pretends to put it in his back pocket, joking around. He'll throw it back up. Credit cards go everywhere. Hope you can freeze those, buddies. All right, thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care.